The first mate and I get asked all the time, how do we cruise so much? We typically cruise about 2 months out of the year. And as you can imagine, the first thing you think is, oh my gosh, that must be so expensive. It can be expensive to go on cruises, but it also can be economical as well. So, in this video, I'm going to tell you the 5 ways that we kind of watch our dollars so we can cruise more and have more fun. And if you're new to our channel, Cruise Port Captain, that is our whole goal. Me and the first mate, we've been cruising over 20 years and we've always done it, mostly do it ourselves in order to save money and increase our flexibility so we can have a great time. And we're hoping that our tips help you to do the same. So let me tell you the 5 ways that we save money on a cruise. Before we get started, let me set some parameters here. You do absolutely do not have to do what we do. It's not for everybody. If you have different circumstances, we do not judge you or have anything, and we hope you don't judge us either. We've been called frugal. We've been called, well, maybe frugal is maybe not the harshest. Probably that's the harshest word that's been said to our face. But we do keep things in mind, but it's okay if you want to live your best life and you don't get to cruise that option. We're not judging you by any means, but in order for us to afford to do this as often as we do, we definitely have chosen a path of just kind of watching where we spend our money. But please don't think that we are telling you what you have to do. We're just telling things that worked for us. And if you have any questions, of course, we're happy to help. So with that in mind, here we go. Number one, we rarely, no, I would say we've never done a drink package out of our 20 years. So when we first started cruising, drink packages really weren't a thing, but now they're just really kind of getting out of control. So there's a couple of reasons we don't. One, we're not big drinkers on land either. So it's not something that, it's important to us and it's not what makes or breaks our cruise experience. So we just never worried about it. And the second thing is also from a cautious perspective is that safety issues, if you are trying to maximize your drink package, basically where they lose money on you, you might get to a point where you are getting yourself in an unsafe situation. So that's also why we kind of like more want to pay as we go when we drink. So we're more aware of what we're doing. Again, no judgment if that's what you want to, no judgment if that's what you want to do, if you really want to live it up, but it can get really crazy expensive. The cruise lines are getting weird about whether they're adding the gratuities or not to the packages. So we just found that that's just not a way that we want to spend our money. The other thing that so if you are thinking about a drink package, we encourage you to look at your itinerary to see how many days you are in port. I mean, if you are in port more than you're on the ship, a, a drink package may not be cost effective. You may be losing money because you're going to be in port instead of being able to take advantage of whatever drink package that you had. And if you are having a lot of port days, if you drink on land, it's going to be much cheaper than it is going to be drinking on ship. This goes for alcoholic and non-alcoholic packages as well. So that's one thing. We never take the drink package. Similar with the Wi-Fi package, we never take a Wi-Fi package either. Now, where this can get into a challenge because we do work for ourselves, so we're self-employed, so we do want to be available. The biggest pickle that this has been is when we're on a transatlantic and maybe we have, 5 days in a row that we are not on land. So in that case, what we'll do, we usually will buy a day at a time. We won't buy the whole package, but we'll just kind of get online a day at a time and kind of see, do we need to keep buying days? Luckily, in some of the cruise lines, we're higher in their loyalty programs and Wi-Fi gets a little bit better and they offer some better deals. But in general, we've never bought the entire package for the entire cruise because that's just not our thing. Mostly on cruises, we just want to be away from everybody. And one way is to not have the Wi-Fi package. The other thing is most ports now are offering free Wi-Fi at the cruise terminal. So again, it's like the drink packages. If you're in port a lot, you're probably going to have plenty of free opportunities to get online with Wi-Fi. We always find it best, watch the crew, watch where they go. They'll be going to the free Wi-Fi Wi Fi locations. So that's another way we save money. No Wi Fi package. Next up is we don't gamble much. Now, we do gamble some, but we set ourselves on a limit and we are in control the whole time. So we're not ones to sit at the slot machines and kind of keep going. We may play blackjack or roulette, but something that it's more of a game than just sitting at the slot machines. Again, if that's how you find enjoyment, hey, knock yourself out, but you want to be sure if you're doing this from a cost conscious perspective that you set yourself a limit and be able to walk away when you hit there. Because you don't want a big surprise at the end that you were hours in the casino and you spent hundreds of dollars that you weren't expecting. And we do not buy high ticket items in the gift shop. So if you are looking for a high end watch, like an Omega watch that can be tens of thousands of dollars, a cruise ship is probably not the time to buy it unexpectedly. So if you're looking for a watch or jewelry, if you are tempted to buy it on ship, that might be where you do some price comparison first on land, or this might be a time that it's worth to get Wi Fi to do some comparisons to see if you're really getting a bargain. The art auctions, too, they always kind of puzzle us because, again, if you're looking for art, maybe it's not the time to buy it on a cruise ship because they're not in the interest of giving you a bargain by any means. So those two things really, watching your gambling, watching your expenditures in the gift shops, doesn't mean you can't have fun, doesn't mean you can't buy anything. Like, we do buy things on occasion, but if it's a big ticket item, we're going to wait and buy that at home on land. We know the crew is truly, they are truly the heroes of any cruise vacation. But what we do is we do remove the gratuities almost every time if we're allowed to do it. Now, don't give me any trolling and don't get any hate mail or hate comments because of it, because we absolutely do take care of the crew. I've worked in payroll, so I am not convinced that the cruise lines are doing right by the crew and, all of that money gets sent to where it is. The crew can't tell you, so it's a very hush hush thing. So what we do is we have plenty of cash with us and we tip as we go. And we certainly take the best care of our housekeeper because they have taken the best care of us during our time together. So we like to be more in control of it. We also make sure we get people's names because we do know that those guest service surveys at the end, if we can mention the crews that take care of us, that's a big help to them as well. But so we remove the gratuities because I just don't like the feel of it. And we tip directly to the person who made an impact to us and make sure that we take care of them from guest surveys. So that is one way to save a lot of money, is to take care of that individually on your own. And we believe that's even more powerful for them because they're getting the cash they need and it's not working through some crazy payroll system. My bonus tip doesn't so much have to do with the crew itself, but it's with the overall cruise experience. We will take the craziest flights to get to, especially a foreign port. If it saves where we can use points or we can use, save a couple $100s, we're willing to do it. And we do know not everybody has time to do it. So you really have to kind of take all that into consideration. But sometimes we've saved so much on flights that we were able to go on another cruise. So again, there's no right or wrong, and everyone needs to do what they need to do. But for us, we're okay with taking some uncomfortable flights, and we have been on some crazy flights. One time there was a screaming baby, and that's a whole other story for another thing. But it's what we're doing, and I think that's what everybody has to do with any kind of vacation, but especially a cruise vacation, is kind of take into account where are you willing to kind of compromise or make adjustments in order that you can either cruise more often or cruise in a different way or cruise longer. So really be open to taking different flights, weird layovers, if that's what you want to do, is to cruise more often, because that's what we do. It's not always great, but we enjoy going on cruises more than we enjoy shorter airline flights. But that's just us, and that's okay. So I hope you've enjoyed this video or it's been helpful, or at least gave you something to think about. If you have any questions, please leave them below. If you do, think about these more and don't always take the cruise lines kind of what they tell you, really cost things out for yourself and do a little math. You can save yourself hundreds, if not thousands of dollars per trip. So you can cruise more often. And that is what it's all about for us is we like to cruise in a way that's comfortable for us, but we like to go as much as we can. And in order to do that, we try to do it in the most economical way that we can. As always, if you have any questions, or we'd love to have your comments, how else do you save money on a cruise? Please comment or like this video. And as you know, if you can subscribe for us, that would be great. We're a young channel, and the more subscriptions we get, the more content we can make to help you, and tell your friends about it as well. We hope you enjoyed this video, and we'll see you next time. Make life a bon voyage.